Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. Members only featuring Jason Lockhart, the coolest guy in the industry. Powered by Hennessy X.O. Hosted by TW On Demand. Cocktails crafted by the one and only Mike Hayes. The best is yet to come. Cheers to all of our members.
Jason Lockhart, the coolest guy in the industry, man. How you doing, man?
You said it.
Hey,
I'll
man.
take it. Thank you.
Trying to be like you when we get older. Welcome to Members Only, powered by Hennessy X.O, man. It's an honor to have you here.
It's an honor to be here, man. It's so slick, everything you do.
Hey, appreciate it, man. It's been a long time coming, man. Your name rings bells in the industry. You know that, right?
I'm just trying from, the standpoint of 24/7. Yeah, trying.
Yeah. I've always wanted to ask you a couple of questions, right? I'm a big movie buff, right? What's your favorite era for movies?
That's a great question. I really love the 90s. I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s, pre-CGI.
Okay, okay.
And I love the way they told stories then. And I even feel like with Stranger Things now, it feels like it was shot in the 80s. And even though there's CGI, there's so much of it that takes its time with the camera and the edit. But the 90s for sure.
90s? Okay. I'm an 80s guy.
80s were great too.
Yeah.
I feel like 90s just got a little bit quicker.
90s is good though. 90s is good. 80s, I think, planted the seed and foundation for me going into media and things of that nature. Huge Rocky IV guy, Weird Science, Coming to America. That was my thing back then, man. Heavy film buff. What do you think makes great content in TV and film?
Story. It's all about story. It's all about the conflict, and then the characters that are telling that story, and having people that we can relate to. I remember that's part of the reason why I love the 90s stuff so much. I really remember 1994. There were 3 movies that I thought were the 3 greatest films of all time, and they were all up for Best Picture together. So it was Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, and Shawshank Redemption. And I thought,
classics.
these all deserve awards, and they were all made the same year. And all 3 of those films were loaded with characters and great conflicts. And they all got awards. Well, actually, I don't think Shawshank got anything. But it was nominated for a lot.
That was an amazing movie.
Amazing movie.
Yeah. What is it like in the life of an agent?
The life of a talent agent.
Yeah, man.
I work with a lot of actors, and there are a lot that are busy, and then there are a lot that want to be busy. And so it's our job to really just find as many opportunities that are realistic as possible, and then secure those opportunities and make sure that they are safe and paid timely.
Okay.
A lot of phone calls, a lot of emails.
Yep, all day.
All day.
Do you sleep?
I do. I actually, I have married now, and I've learned work-life balance, and I do feel like that makes me a little bit better at my profession because I'm just a happier person. Before that, I thought I need to grind 24/7 because the job is 24/7.
Yep.
But I know how to turn it off and just be Jason, not Jason Lockhart, the talent agent, all the time. And whether or not anyone knows that or knows what's going on in my brain behind the scenes, it does make me happier, and I think a happier person does better at everything.
I'm going to throw one at you real quick, all right?
Yeah.
Being that you are the new face of Hollywood, right? And I'm going to give you that.
Your words.
I'm going to give you that, man. Where do we see Hollywood going? Because back in the day, everything was, for the most part, filmed in LA, greenlit, just Hollywood was the thing, traditional Hollywood. Now, as you know, we're in Atlanta, GA. This has been the #1 TV film hub in the entire world for some years now. Do we think this will be the new Hollywood, or it's just a season?
It's definitely not a season because there's a large infrastructure here in Atlanta now and in the Southeast that's not going anywhere. It's too affordable to shoot outside of Los Angeles. I don't think that we'll ever lose Hollywood. There's the nostalgia to it, and also the infrastructure there, which is massive. But there's something new happening. I've been in Atlanta over 5 years now and have seen a drastic change in 5 years. When I got here, it was the day player market still with the co-stars, and occasionally we'd book something big. But we're booking large roles on a daily basis now, and they're auditioning them very realistically and casting them. Stars of TV shows and movies, major guest stars, getting the top of show rate and better right here out of the Southeast. And I think that there's an unlimited shelf space now. You know, back in 2011 still, when projects had to end up at a Blockbuster, that doesn't exist anymore. Now, with the unlimited shelf space and this binge-worthy culture, people can't get enough digital content. And there are so many platforms that are seeking more content that as long as there are new creators, the funding is there, the people are willing to pay on all of these services, I think that it's great for new actors to continually find work, and new showrunners and new writers and new directors. You know, you say the 80s, like back in the 80s, there were movie stars that would star in a movie and no one knew who they were. You know, when Tom Cruise did Risky Business, no one knew who he was, but the studio trusted him. You know, now Tubi might make a brand new show and they're trusting unknowns to star in things and creating new people, you know, new faces that are going to become famous and create more work and more fan bases.
Yes, sir. So for new actors, let's say, hey, I want to move to Atlanta. I hear it's happening there, TV, film. I want to get into the industry. What advice would you give a new actor?
I would say definitely move to Atlanta. You know, when I was young and wanted to be an actor, I moved to Los Angeles because that's what you did. You know, you moved to New York or LA after getting a degree if you wanted to pursue that path, which I did. Now you don't have to. Now you can move to Atlanta, and there are so many great agents here and great agencies. You get in with one and get your feet wet and start auditioning for stuff left and right. And there's a lot of local independent content happening here too, where people can build up their reel and their education. A lot of great schools here for acting. I would say move here where cost of living is low, get into classes right away, sign with one of the first reputable agents that shows some interest in you so that they can introduce you to local casting. There's a lot of casting here, a lot of casting directors that are really talented and know what they're doing, have a good eye for craft. If you move here like you would have moved to LA, the chances of making money within your first couple of months is actually realistic.
Interesting. So this is halftime right now, right? We're going to give a cheers to you, being that amazing agent you are.
I'll drink that, actually.
we're going to talk about Ask an Agent, the book you produced, and let's have a sip.
Let's do it.
All righty, so that's for you, sir. All right. So this is the Hennessy X.O Odyssey cocktail. Doesn't it look so amazing?
I'm very excited about this.
So cheers to you, my good friend, everything that you have done and you will do, your impact on the industry, and the great things to come.
Thanks, man.
Salute, my good friend.
Cheers to you as well. That's awesome.
It's extremely awesome, sir. Wow.
Can we just keep on drinking this?
Absolutely.
All interview long?
Absolutely. So let's talk about your book really quick, man.
Sure. You know, I wrote it during the pandemic. I was kind of like frustrated that everything just stopped and I had no job and nothing to do. And I remember thinking, well, maybe I'll finally write this book. I had the idea and friends had been encouraging me to do it because I do a lot of panels and showcases that have Q&As, and at the end there are always a bunch of hands up still. So I thought, okay. And I remember being like, all right, I'm gonna sleep in for the first time in like 5 years, and I'll start working on it like 10 a.m. And I was, you know, going to bed, and then I thought, fuck that. That's not me. I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna be working on the book by 5:45 in the morning because that's what I do. And I joked that you could take my work away, but not my work ethic.
That's right.
And I would preach that to anyone.
We got more books coming?
I think I'm gonna continue just focusing on my profession for a while and let the book just kind of live. But maybe. And then I banged out that book in about 3 weeks. And
3 weeks?
It took about 6 weeks from brain to
Yeah.
Barnes and Noble shelves.
Yeah.
It really did.
Wow, amazing. Are you excited to be a part of AMT?
I love AMT.
Yeah.
We're one of the 2 largest agencies in the Southeast. We are the oldest,
Yep.
Founded in 1959, the oldest SAG-AFTRA franchised agency. And the owner is like a mother to us all, and we're a staff of 9, and we really love what we do. We joke that we are the AMT dream team, the
Yes.
TV and film
Yes.
side, Kelly and Madison, and I'm nothing without them.
Team is everything.
Team is everything. I get way more credit than
Yep.
I'm due, and that's just because I'm the head of the department. But there are 3 of us, and those 2 work so hard all day, every day, to help hundreds of people. And we do, and we are, and we're watching people, you know, local Georgians make health insurance and put food on their tables as actors full time, and that's just the unlimited reward.
I can dig that. And I'm very glad to hear about the team with AMT and everything you guys have accomplished, everything you're doing for the actors and actresses. Putting food on the table is major.
It's huge, and they're so talented. There are so many talented actors that live right here in Atlanta that
Yep.
just, you know, who knows what their lives would have been like had the industry not moved here.
Awesome.
And the industry hasn't moved here, it's just also opened up here.
Got it.
But I feel like it's opening up, you know, all over the country. There are new tax incentives and developments happening everywhere.
Well, Mr. Lockhart, I can't thank you enough for what you've done, just being able to meet you a couple of years ago, man, and now we're here. You also made the Addison Suite magazine cover too.
Thanks
and
to
you're
you.
on billboards and all that good stuff. We got to mention that before we get out of here.
Sure.
Man.
It's crazy getting text messages. People are like, I see you on a billboard. I don't know what I did to deserve that. It's really about the actors. But I'm enjoying the fun.
Yeah,
of it.
man.
My mom loves it.
Yeah, good deal. The best is yet to come. Cheers to you.
Cheers to
Jason
you too,
Lockhart,
man.
2024 presidency.
I want to get into politics one day.
You should.
I don't think my background would allow it, but who knows?
Yeah, you never know, man. Salute, man.
I think that we could keep doing good things for this state. I really love this state and the city in particular.
Awesome, and I'm here for it. Anything I can do to add value to AMT and you as a brand, it's a done deal.
Thanks, man. Thanks for everything that you do. I'm a fan of yours.
Thank you, my good man. Once again, this is Members Only, Jason Lockhart, powered by Hennessy X.O. Hey, man, you're the best. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
All right, cheers.